Howdy folks, and welcome back to the house that never sleeps. It's good to be back in business again, isn't it? I want to talk to you today about something everyone is doing wrong, man. I see it so much on YouTube and other platforms. And it has to do with your guitar frets, or any kind of instrument that's got frets on it. It has to do with doing your frets. You're grinding way too much fret wire away. This video will save you a lot of bucks, a lot of fret wire, and probably both. So I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you and bring you over here now so I can illustrate what I'm talking about better and show you what I mean. You're wasting your fret wire big time, man, and way too many people's doing it. I'm going to show you how not to do it. Or if you take your guitar somewhere, send it somewhere to get a fret job done on it or set up or whatever, make sure they don't do what I'm going to show you here today, right now. Come on over and get comfy and let's get into it. That ain't standard tuning. Alright, welcome back. Now let's imagine this guitar has no strings on it. It might as well not have any because these are worn completely out. I don't even remember what brand they are. I don't think they're Elixir, which I switched back to. Anyways, imagine the guitar not having strings on it, just a bare fretboard, okay? 9 times out of 10 on YouTube videos that I've saw, they'll knock the nut out up here. Just knock the nut out of it. And they'll take a sanding beam, or a big beam. We'll pretend this is a big beam right here. It's not, it's a straight edge, but pretend it's one of those beams about 1 inch wide and pretty much covers all the frets, okay? Well, they'll take that beam and they'll start sanding back and forth, back and forth. Now, there's no strings, remember. And they'll work over here, you know, and sand the end of it, you know, clear across, back and forth this way. They'll sand and sand and sand. And they get all their frets perfectly level, in unison with the next fret before it, and the ones after each fret, every fret. They're flat, okay? A lot of them will crown them now, polish them, and all this crap. But you need to put the radius back into your fretboard when you do that. What's that mean? That means even more fret material removed. You see what I'm saying? Then when you crown them a little bit more, it gets taken off. And when you polish, I use fret erasers to polish now with. Believe it or not, that even to some degree takes off a little bit more. You're taking way too much off in total. And if you have, say, 2 fret jobs done like that, chances are the 3rd time they wear out, you're going to have the frets replaced in it. Here's where they're missing it at, man, big time. Now, all the strings is off of the guitar, remember? Say if it's got a 16-inch radius in it, you measure the radius before you do anything, and let's say it measured a 16-inch, okay? Get you a 16-inch. I think you can see the size of it there. That is 16, yes. Throw that damn beam away, man. Get rid of that. Don't even have it close to your guitar for a fret job. Take you one of these, put on some rough sandpaper to start with. You can either knock the nut out or not. You can cover all of the frets. Usually most of the wear's up here from cowboy chords. You can take material from these frets and a little bit back here where they're not even worn at all on most acoustics and still have them flat. What I do is get rid of the divots the first thing, okay? And keep this fret in unison with this one and everything in between. Make sure you do that. You can do that with a straight edge. You got to have your neck straight for this, though, to get a true reading. But you can start with one of these blocks. I've got some longer ones here, which are twice that long, twice as long. I like these little ones because I can do compound radius with them. I can't do it with the big long blocks. So anyways, put on some rough sandpaper, your choice of grit. The rougher the better to start with. Sand those divots out, okay? Just when you get the divots out, stop. Put on a lighter sandpaper and then lighter again if you have to. Or, you know, work your way down to as light a sandpaper as you can. That's pretty rough there. And stop there. Okay, what do you got? Your frets are flattened in unison with each other. The radius is already in there. You don't have to grind yet more fret material away to get the radius back. I see guys on there and ladies that I don't have a fret file right here handy. But a fret file with a, I don't think I do. A fret file, you know, it's just a wooden handle with a bastard file, that's what they call them, glued to it. And they'll work in one area and work in one area, and they'll move back and forth, you know, and call it. They say they can feel it with their hands. Man, something's coming out of these big time. So anyways, they don't even put the radius back in the guitar. The radius of that fretboard should match, you can see the saddle, but it should match whatever radius is in the saddle, or the saddle should match the fretboard exactly. These people use those hand fret files. You know, they'll work in one area a long time, and maybe they'll work eventually down here, but your radius is all screwed up when they do that, unless they use one of these, whatever size the guitar had, or whatever the customer wants, and put the radius back in there. Now stay with me on this. Let's go back to the beam again. You take a beam, you start sanding, you work, you know, in this direction to cover all the frets, you know, all the way across all the frets. So there you have your frets flattened, as they call it. Then you got to put the radius back in. You done ground away way more material than you need. By the time you get the divots out up here, you've taken a lot of material off of frets down here that don't even need touched, you know. Granted, you got to touch them to make them all, in the end, to make them all in unison with each other. The one before it and the one after it, all of them in between. Whereas if you use a rougher grit sandpaper than that is, and you just start filing the divots out, file a little bit more where the divots are, and when they start disappearing, then come, you know, a little bit farther down the fretboard and get all the frets. What I like to do is take a blue magic marker, or you can use any color, I can see blue better, and mark completely across each fret, okay? Then, when you're getting near the end, after you get the divots out, then, well, you can actually put that on before you get the divots out, and then when you sand, all the blue will be removed except what's in the divots. And you'll say, oh, there's a divot I didn't see. So there's another trick for you. Mark them all blue, and, you know, go over it a few times and look and see that every fret is being touched completely, all the way across the fret, this way I'm talking. And make sure every fret has had the blue removed from it, okay? And then all you got to do is crown them and polish them and all that jazz. You're not going to be removing no hell of a lot of fret material after you get the divots out and get your frets flat. And like I say, automatically again, your radius will be in there. You don't have to grind anymore. You just got to crown them and polish them. And you just saved yourself, man, a friggin' bunch of fret material. It's going to last way longer. Your fret's going to last way longer. You're not going to have to pay somebody. So I suggest when you take your guitar or send it to somebody to get a fret job or a setup or anything they're going to be doing messing with the frets, ask them how they do it, man. If they take a big beam and go up and down like that, ask them if they put the radius back in the guitar, or if they even measured it before they did anything. You know, it'll save you money down the road. You won't have to pay somebody like me to do the frets, all of them, and then, you know, 2 or 3, 4, 5 years have to do them again or replace them because they've been ground down so much. So bear those thoughts in mind the next time you think your guitar needs a fret job or any other kind of job. Hold on. Now there's a video, I have a video of me, of course, working on a triple lot Martin acoustic guitar, and I briefly touched on this. I think I was doing the frets on it. If I can remember, I'll put a link to it in the description, or add it up here, or maybe over here somewhere, if I can remember. Anyways, I talk, you know, a good little bit about this, and that video was made years and years and years ago. Now, you can look through YouTube yourself, just put in, search for fret jobs, and look how some of these people, big channels, man, are doing that. Just what I showed you with the beam. They grind them all down, and then they got to put the radius back in, grind more, then they got to crown them, and more fret material comes off. Granted, you have got to crown them. You have got to put the radius back in there, for crying out loud. Some of them, if they put it in, they don't mention it in their videos or show it. They just flatten them all, or like I said, sand them with a hand fret file. And there's no way you can keep the radius in there perfectly and do that. It's just impossible to do it. If you really take your time and know what you're doing, though, you can remove divots up here at the nut where they usually are on most guitars. I won't say all of them, but if you're careful and you listen to what I'm telling you here, you can take the divots out and take very tiny little bit off of the frets down here at the bottom, but don't even have any wear at all. But you have to take some material, you know, to get them all evenly, completely in unison with each other all the way down, every fret. You should check for any frets that are popped up before you even start to do anything. I should have mentioned that first, but y'all probably know that already. And there again, if these channels are doing that, they don't show it in their videos. I haven't seen one that did that, inspect the frets before they touched them or did anything. But I'll try to put a link to that video I was talking about in here somewhere, maybe in the description. I don't know where I'll put it, but it'll be here for your convenience. Hope you guys like the new lights and stuff, man. I swear I can't even see anything because it's so bright in here. As you can see, I think down around here everything's just better with the new lights and bunch of new stuff, man. So I'm not leaving YouTube. I'm going to hang around for a while. I hope you guys do the same, and hope the ones that left comes back. Yeah. Keep these things in mind. Watch YouTube and see what I'm talking about. Ask them, you know, do you even put the radius back in? Because they're not showing it in their videos. I know some of them do, but I'm talking about a lot of the bigger channels that don't. Hope it helps you. Hope it saves you a buck or two. And I'm going to go get in the easy chair and edit this video and try to get it out to you. Computer's doing great, man, with that new processor in it, new RAM, new video card. The card alone's got 8 gigs of RAM on the video card and its own processor. And it is fast. Super, super fast. Finally. So I'll get this edited and get it up to you ASAP. Thanks for watching. Cheers. I love you guys. And see you next time.